Okay, I just want to talk quickly about the text tool, and I wanted to make this kind of an icon or kind of like a sheriff or award maybe. I just made a really simple shape, a star shape, put a circle in the middle, change the fill color, and if you don't remember how to do that, you click on your circle or your whatever object you want to change the fill color. You go up to your color, and you move these sliders around is one option. You can also go to swatches and change your swatches. So, if you don't remember fill color, that's how you do it. I'm going to hide that for now. And I'm going to go to my type tool. And I just want to put OHV in the middle for now. And then what I really want to show you is how to type on a path, which we're going to create a curved type for the top of this. So I'm just going to click in the middle and just type OHV. And just like in Photoshop, we have a characters panel, and you can go to Windows. I always forget where it lives here. It lives down in Type, and then in Character, and that'll pull up this panel here. And it's very similar to Photoshop. You can center it so that when you change the size, it actually changes from the center. So we want that to be really big and bold. Let's do a 72. Let's choose a fun font, something like that. Alright, and you can get a little bit more advanced with your shapes and stuff like that, but for our illustration, this will be just fine. So I'm going to kind of center that in the middle there. So now it kind of looks like a badge of some sort. I'd spend a little bit more time on it to make the shading look right and play with maybe a stroke on the text and stuff like that. But so that was creating text. Just click and drag. Now we want to create a curved layer. I'm going to create a circle on the outside, but I'm not going to have any color in the circle. And I'll show you. This gets kind of weird a little bit, meaning that it gets kind of confusing because you're not going to have a shape. Right now we have a shape with a color, with a fill color of yellow and a stroke of black. We're going to create a shape without a stroke and without a fill. And all we want out of that shape is actually the line that we're going to draw, we're going to attach the type to. So I'm going to draw my circle. I'm going to click on the circle. And here's a little trick. I want the circle to come from the middle. So I'm going to click on the middle. And normally if you click and drag, it kind of pulls it from the right corner. If you hold the Alt key down, it pulls it from the middle. So that's kind of what I want. I'm going to get close to kind of touching the spikes of the star. You can see I'm a little off. That's not a problem. I'll be able to scoot it over a little bit. So I move to my selection tool, scoot it over a little bit, and I'm going to go to my appearance panel. I'm going to close the character for now, just so that we don't get confused. I'm going to go to the appearance panel, which is this panel over here. Kind of looks like an eyeball, and I have two things in here. I have a stroke and a fill, and we've talked about the appearance panel a little bit more in class. I'm not going to touch too much on it in this video, but if I wanted to change this fill, I could just drop this guy down, just click on fill, the black square. You get this little drop down box, and then I want the white square with the red line through it. That means no fill. And so I have no stroke and I have no fill. So no stroke, no fill. I have a white box with a red line, which means I don't actually have, all I have is the actual shape, which is perfect. It's exactly what I want, because I want to put type from here to here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close my appearance panel. I'm going to go to my type tool and click and let the flyout, hold my mouse button down so the flyout happens. And I don't want the type area tool. That is like creating a paragraph area. I want a type on path tool. Okay, and there's a couple different type on path. You can type vertically, which isn't on a path, but you can type on path or vertically on a path. So it just depends on what you want to do. Most of the time, you actually just want to type on a path. So as soon as I do that, I get this kind of different cursor. And you can see what happens is as soon as I click here on my path, I get the type tool, and it looks like the type tool is down here. So if I start typing, like I'm just going to type in something silly here. awesome job. And as you can tell, this isn't actually what we want. We want awesome job to be along the top here. So let's actually look at our tools to change this to get what we want. So now this is just showing our text where to align itself. So you can see it's doing a really good job aligning it to the circle, but just not the part of the circle that we want. So if I click my direct select tool, which is the white arrow, and I click on the shape, if you're not clicked on the shape, you won't see this. So as you roll over the shape, it says path, and if I click on that and actually click on the text, you can see that I get these controls. So if you're not getting that, let's see here. A lot of people have trouble getting to that area. So if I click off of it and I have my direct select tool selected and I click on the path, I get just the path tools, so I can change the path. But if I click once on the type, you can see that I get the other controls for the type, which is these little lines that are what I want that are on this path. So you can see they have little boxes like the boxes we have to resize stuff, and if I click and drag these guys around, let's see if I can actually grab one, you can see that the text starts moving. So this is where the end of my text is going to be, is this one. And if I move this one, this is where the text is going to start. So right now I have it centered, which is what I want. So I would move this one halfway down and move this one halfway up, and it's going to center perfectly along the top there, which is exactly what I want. So the hardest part about typing on a path is controlling these little areas and making it making the type go where you want it. So the secret, again, just that you know the secret, is if you're not selected on it, select the path. Okay, you'll get the controls like you would on any other path, and then click on any of the actual text that's on that path, and you get those controls. You can see you get those controls, and you know, if you move them around, you'll see that your text actually changes. Now, if those controls are too close together, you can see what happens. Just like in other text boxes, if the text is too long, it will not be shown. Same with this as well. So this is basically like a text box on this round circle. So just make sure it's big enough for the text that you want. There's also different options, so I want you to play with that for text on the outside and text on the inside. So you can actually move this text so that you get a nice wrap on the inside as well, so that, you know, awesome job is moved to the inside. So you can see how I flipped that. There's another little, if I wanted it on the inside of the path, there's a little line in the middle that I can actually control where it lives, on which side of the line it lives. Does that make sense? So you can see there's this little T that actually helps me control where it lives. So play with this. This is kind of another tough tool to use in Illustrator, but it's such a powerful tool that it's really important that you get it down. Let's see here. It's just like any other tool. You can, you know, as soon as you're done, you can move it around and move it up if it's too close to the circle. Rotate it around. Move these controls. It's really one of those cool things to do. So play with that, and good luck.